Welcome to the Weymouth School Committee meeting of January 22nd, 2026. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you and welcome. First agenda item is the consent agenda.
Thank you, Chair. I would take a motion to accept the confirmation of warrants 28-2026 dated January 12th, 2026, in the amount of $545,516.28. Also confirmation of warrant 29-2026 dated January 20th, 2026, in the amount of $4,485.70 with money to pay. I'd also take a motion to approve of minutes of policy subcommittee from December 11th, 2025, organizational meeting, January 5th, 2026, meeting of the whole, January 8th, 2026, and a regular meeting, January 8th, 2026.
I second the motion.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 So moved. Our next item is the overnight field trip request. Did you just read that?
I did not read that.
I'm gonna just do that.
Yep.
Make a motion.
Yep. I'd like to take a motion to approve the following field trips for the Weymouth High School Model UN team to North American Invitational Model United Nations Conference in Washington, D.C., February 12th to February 17th, 2026. And the Weymouth High School Robotics team to First Robotics Championships in Houston, Texas on April 28th to May 2nd, 2026.
I second that motion.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
So moved. Next, we have our student council presentation.
Hello, everybody. I hope you guys are having a great evening today. My name is Manton Du, and I am the president of Weymouth High School's Student Council. We only have 2 seats up here today, so we're also joined by Ashley and Thomas over there.
Hello, I'm Charbel. I'm a junior at Weymouth High School, and I would like to talk to you about what our high school is doing currently. For me and my fellow classmates are working hard during midterm week. Weymouth has teachers, tutors, and virtual reality experiences to help students reduce stress and prepare to the best of their abilities. During this exam week, all regular classes were suspended, and we take one 90-minute classes test for each course. Secondly, I want to talk to you about the yearbook. Our Weymouth High School yearbook staff have been working hard at creating a book that captures all the best moments of 2025-2026 school year. The senior class that purchases a yearbook for all members of the class of 2026, underclassmen who want to purchase the yearbook must order it before its deadline, which is February 1st. Our music assembly performed at holiday concert. Also, our inducted 18 members performing music-based community service. Salsa highlighted the dangers of smoking through this poster instead of advocating for gratitude.
That was the music that we had in our previous slide. Next up, we have our DECA students. It's basically a business competition that our high schoolers can participate in. And Weymouth is very proud to have done amazing at regionals, with several of our members qualifying to states. Those members are Liam Willman, Gotham Parvadeni, Nicole Moraes, Elsa Mustin, Harry Apazides, and Noah Baque. Sorry, I'm butchering that. But we're very proud of their hard work, and we can't wait to see what they do at States while representing Weymouth. Next up, we have Dungeon and Dragons Club. It's one of our more niche clubs, and they've really developed a super tight role-playing base. It's basically a game where they can role-play fantasy characters, and they've had a really amazing group over there working hard, enjoying, de-stressing after school. So it's a great experience for everybody there. Next up is our Asian Student Alliance. They had a super fun gift swapping event during the Christmas season that we weren't able to highlight in our previous showcase. And then after Christmas, they started off the new year with some great resolutions for themselves, but also what they want to see the club become in terms of educating the Weymouth students about the various cultures found across Asia. Next up, we have Cancer Kids First. It's one of our most newer clubs, which was approved by student council, and they've had a very large and booming attendance rate. I think that it's one of the largest clubs at our school now, and they're working hard on many different handcrafted arts for our community cancer patients to show their support. Finally, on my end, we have the Human Rights Coalition, which this December, they decorated a board in recognition of Universal Human Rights Months to raise awareness and educate students about the rights that we have in the United States, but also to highlight how many countries around the world do not share the same rights that we share, and that it's important to not take what we have for granted and always advocate for those universal human rights that are so important. And they're also currently having a fundraiser with Santa Fe to try to gain some more money for the club and afford future events as well.
Good evening. My name is Ashley Time, and I'm a freshman at Weymouth High. So we have Model UN. Model UN has been hard at work preparing for their Weymouth conference, along with their trip to Neymar in DC. They had like a lot of fun. Next, we have Model UN's travel team. The travel team recently went to St. John's Prep in Danvers on December 6th for the MUD conference. Linda Khalil and Mia Kiley won the awards of Best Negotiator in their committees. Finally, congrats to Weymouth High's MUN Secretary Emma O'Hara da Silva for winning Best Representation in her committee on the 2013 Euro Maiden Uprising. Then we have robotics. The new competitive robotics season just started called Rebuilt. The robotics team is working hard to fundraise and get parts, as seen in the photos, to build a winning robot. Lastly, Weymouth High's theater company. The Weymouth High Theater Company just announced their new show, She Kills Monster by Key Wing. We're so excited to see what they cook up in their performance.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Thomas Pham, and I am a current senior at Weymouth High School. More than 60 seniors were honored with the John and Abigail Adams Scholarship, recognizing their strong academic performance on the MCAS examinations. Recipients are eligible for a tuition credit for up to 8 semesters of undergraduate study at participating Massachusetts public colleges and universities. Next up, the class of 2027 have been working hard to raise money for their class. They recently made candygrams and supported boys hockey via Santa Fe fundraiser. Next up, the class of 2029 is also fundraising from Papagino's and D'Angelo's for their class. And to wrap up this presentation, the Student Council recently finished up our first biggest fundraiser. By partnering with the Weymouth Food Pantry, we were able to raise $8,470 worth of food for our community. And that wraps up our presentation. Do you guys have any questions for us?
That's amazing. You guys have been busy. Does anyone from the council?
I just have a quick question. Can you just talk about the process to accepting a new club? Because I was able to see kind of that process. I thought it was a really thoughtful process you guys go through. I think it's great to highlight how you guys really truly look at, that adding in a new program.
Yeah, so starting this year, it was a new thing by our administration at Weymouth High School, where students interested in starting a new club would get a club proposal form from the office or from an administrator or a teacher, and they would just fill that out with their potential club advisor and also get signatures of students that are interested in participating in the club. So that way, everybody who reads this club proposal knows what the club is about, what their mission is, and also if the club will be pretty popular based on how many people show like pre-interest to it. After that, it goes through administration and they send it to us, student council. So at some of our meetings this year, we were able to talk about these club proposal forms and discuss amongst our members to see what is a good fit for Weymouth High School in terms of new clubs. We've accepted a couple of clubs, but we've also found some clubs to not fully detail what they're participating in and what they're trying to do. So we've sent those clubs feedback, and once they complete that feedback and maybe add a little bit more detail about their mission or how they hope to accomplish the goals that they've set out, they send it back to us and we just approve it. For us, I guess, as a whole, student council finds it really important to have a strong student voice, and that a part of that is allowing students to participate in a bunch of extracurriculars after school to enrich their learning. So we try our best not to like just flat out reject any clubs. We try our best to accept the clubs or offer feedback in ways that could benefit the high school community as a whole.
It was great.
Amazing.
It's a great, and I'm a huge advocate for student voice, so I think that's a great opportunity for students to be heard.
Yeah,
So
we're
thank you.
super
I
excited
really
to.
appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you so much, guys. We really appreciate it, and we hope you have an excellent evening.
Thank you.
You're not going far.
Okay, no. I just want to say this is the second time you've mentioned Dungeons and Dragons. And can I just say I am so happy that that club is so successful as as a mother of a 12-year-old who is I'm in the middle of my first campaign and how involved and what it takes to really run that game. I love that is taking off so well, and I really hope it's still there in 2 years.
It is. It's super great. And they set everything up themselves too. So it's all student run. It's great.
That's great. Really great.
I just had a quick question about the theater production. Is that the competitive one that we go out to compete against other schools?
Yeah, it's for festival.
Festival. I couldn't think of the word festival. Thank you.
Of course.
I'm going to turn it over to Miss Lindsay over here.
Thank you, Chair. We're going to embarrass you a little, Manton. I apologize in advance, but we do have an incredible accomplishment that needs to be recognized that I want to share with the committee and the public, that Manton was accepted early to Harvard, where he will be attending in the fall. So we're so incredibly proud of you.
Yeah, so exciting. Well done. Congratulations. All that hard work. You'll do wonders.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
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 Congratulations,
Thank you.
Thomas will expect an update from you when you make a decision as well, but please know how proud we all are of you.
Thank you. The support means a lot, and it's great to be able to sit
So
up here and
excited.
talk to you guys.
Use us as a reference. Congratulations. Enjoy the rest of tomorrow's a half a day, right? Last day of finals.
Last day.
Yeah.
Midterm.
Enjoy midterms.
Midterms, yeah.
Midterms. Enjoy the rest of the weekend.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great night.
Thank you.
Well done. Our next item on our agenda is reports of the subcommittees. The first one, I'm sorry, I skipped over. My bad.
Far away.
You go first.
Report of the superintendent.
Thank you, Chair.
It's all good news, right?
All good news. Two announcements tonight. The first one, we are so excited. We learned this week that Principal Monahan has assigned or appointed Kristen Kelly as our permanent assistant athletic director.
Wonderful.
We couldn't be happier for Kristen, our athletic community. The connections, the communication has been remarkable. And we are so proud of her and the relationships she's creating with our athletes and our families. We couldn't be happier. Second announcement is kindergarten registration is opening Monday, January 26th. So this coming Monday, K registration will open up. I know it's moving fast. And one other update, I wanted to just go over budget planning. So I want to thank Mayor Melise and Chief of Staff Langell, all of our families, all of our staff that came out last night for our budget sub meeting. As we mentioned last night, we are very early. We've started this process pretty early. We're trying to be super transparent with everybody, walking the community through what we're doing. And you know, if some of you might know that the governor's state of the state is tonight. So we're anxiously awaiting. Her budget is going to come out in the next week or two. But we are still early in the process. We still have one more presentation of our elementary schools. That's going to be at our next budget subcommittee meeting. And then that will kind of finalize all of our schools and all of our departments will have gone through their budgets in front of budget sub. The other thing is this Wednesday, I'm having my first strategic planning meeting. And the reason why that's important in the budget process is, as I've mentioned before, we have about 18 members of this planning committee, and part of their job, our job, is to identify the things that we value the most in Weymouth. And whether we're growing our budget or we have to reduce our budget, we have to keep those things in mind. So that is part of our budget planning process, and that will kick off this Wednesday night. We will continue, Brian and I meet with the mayor. We meet with him every month. We have the next budget sub-meeting is February 4th. That's where the elementaries will come. We probably might give a couple of overviews of what the budget might look like at level service, or if it has to be below level service. February 25th, we have a budget sub. That by then we might have a clearer picture of the budget. And at that point, we might be a little bit clearer about what the cuts will look like. And when we say cuts, what we're trying to help the committee and the community understand is the impact of what we're starting to see as a budget unfolding. In March 4th, we have budget sub. At that point, we're going to go over fee increases. I think at that point, I can also identify some of the priorities that are coming out of the strategic planning. And then March 12th is our public hearing here for the school committee. And then we will present May 12th to the town council. So that kind of lays it out. I mean, if you think about when I say we're early in the process, it's because we're going all the way to May. Or even, March for our hearing here. So there's a lot of things that are moving, and, we will keep everybody informed, but there's still a lot of information that we have to put together. There's a lot of information we have to gather from all of you, from our community, before we start to really lay things out in front of everybody.
Right.
Thank you.
And I'm thrilled about our athletic director. I feel like we've already gotten more information and feedback. So she's doing a fabulous job. So I was really excited. Our next item on our agenda is subcommittee reports. Budget subcommittee with Danielle.
Thank you, Chair. The Budget Subcommittee met on January 14th. The following things were discussed. We talked about the Allison Trust donation, which I believe is on the agenda tonight, so we'll talk more about that later. The athletic sponsorship program has raised so far $38,300. There will be the transportation contract is up, so that will be going out to bid shortly. We reviewed the fees and revenue generation. Department head that presented that night were special education, curriculum, health services, and operations. And we talked about the budget forecasts if it was a scenario of 1% increase. We also met on January 21st. We heard from the high school athletics CTE. We talked about capital planning and revenue. We welcomed the mayor, Mike Melise, and Chief of Staff Ted Langell, who talked in depth about revenue. And we discussed staffing requests that have been submitted so far and technology changes. And that's it. Our next meeting is February 4th. We will hear from the primary schools then.
Great, thank you. And if I may, I would like to read a little bit of a statement. I thought about this after we finished last night and all day today, and I really felt that it was important to speak up. So I was very encouraged to have so many community members, educators, and town administrators at the table to openly discuss the very real challenges of declining revenue in the town. I appreciate the significant work that goes into forecasting, and I am very grateful that we're starting this process so early and allowing for a clearer understanding of what lies ahead. That being said, I would be remiss if I did not share my concerns regarding the talk of the build-out of Union Point as one of the biggest solutions to our revenue problem. While it is exciting to see progress and to have the support from the state on this, my concerns is that the growth, though beneficial for increasing town revenue, will place additional strains on our schools before the comprehensive plan is in place to address the impact. The reality of how to support the schools often comes later once the growth has already occurred. I also do not believe in pinning one town department against another. We all rely and value essential services such as police, fire, DPW, and others. However, the school department is the largest department in the town, and it is fundamentally people-driven. Proper funding is critical. We often say that students need to be in the seats for learning to happen, but it's equally important to ensuring that the teachers are in those classrooms to do the teaching. No one wants layoffs. No one wants cuts to services of any kind. We heard from the town that the revenues are down. Weymouth is a huge town, and it's clear the revenues aren't keeping up with the town's needs. Like many other communities facing similar challenges, we must begin to think outside the box and explore solutions, not just for the short term, but for the long term. And one opinion, I believe, is the community should be seriously thinking of considering a Proposition 2.5 override. I believe it's time to pay a little bit more for what we need. Having one of the lowest tax rates isn't a feather in our cap if our schools and other town services are going to suffer for it. And as a school committee member who sat here for 12 years, I cannot and will not accept a 1% increase to our school budget. It's just not enough. Doing so would mean that we are not fulfilling our responsibility as elected officials for the schools. I hope the next few weeks and months that we can collectively pull our heads together and find solutions that work for all of Weymouth. I just want to say thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to speak on this. I'm scared what it would happen, and we need to find other revenues, and it can't be a Band-Aid situation. So that's my 2 cents. Thank you.
Could I
Go
add?
right ahead.
Through you. Thank you. In light of your statement, which I truly appreciate, and I appreciate the transparency that took place last night, would like to invite, if I may, the newly appointed education committees from the town council. So that would be Chair Palazzo, Sherlock Shangra, Councilor DeFazio, and Matthews and Happel to join us in the transparency and work with us as a team to show that we are all sitting at the same table working through this. So I would love to see them at any of the next meetings.
Thank you. Anyone else? Our next subcommittee report is our collective bargaining. We are continuing to meet with our unions to come to a satisfying contracts. We are meeting every other week just about for 4, 5 hours at a time. So we'll keep you posted. And I'm sure they're well aware of the forecast and what's going on for revenue as well. So next is policy subcommittee.
Thank you, Chair. We are planning, the next meeting is February 5th at 5 PM at Adams. We're working on the agenda now, which will include wellness, which is a follow-up from the last meeting. Games of chance will be on the agenda, as well as relooking at artificial intelligence and the school committee handbook.
Athletic, Mary Ellen and Kelly.
We are working currently to set up a date prior to the May 14th so that we'll have a more current, it'll probably be a wrap-up of the winter sports looking into the spring sports.
And wellness with Kelly.
There's nothing new to report, Chair.
Thank you. CPAC with Danielle.
CPAC met this Tuesday, January 20th, with a presentation from Mass Advocates on educational rights of immigrant and multilingual families. They successfully secured a asynchronous Portuguese translator for that meeting. It was super successful. There was a great turnout, and they were able to offer closed caption translation in basically any language that you could think of. And now, because of that relationship with Bay State Interpreters offers telephone translation for them. So if there's a family that needs some special education support, or, even parent-to-parent support, they can offer the telephone translation going forward.
That's wonderful.
Unified Games planning will start January 30th. Their first meeting is that day, and the annual resource fair will begin planning this month too.
Great.
That's it.
Our next item is new business, and that is the vote to accept the William Allison Trust gift. This is a action item. Assistant Superintendent Smith.
Thank you, Chair. So in front of you, you have the acceptance of gift and creation of donation, and huge thank you of a gift from the William Allison Trust. This was passed by Council on December 15th, 2025, presented and signed by the Mayor on December 17th, 2025, discussed at Budget Sub on January 14th, 2026, and before you tonight for a vote. The gift totals $100,000, and it is for the use of the high school to award scholarships to students that either pursue music opportunities in higher education or CTE students that will further their skill or trade with education or training beyond high school.
That's great. I would take a motion.
I'll make a motion to vote to accept the William Allison Trust gift. That's it.
I second the motion.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
So moved. That's wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
And now next item is public comment, and public comment shall be in accordance with policy BEDH. Is there anyone here that would like to speak on behalf? Please come forward. You're welcome to stand. You're welcome to sit, whatever works.
It'll be quick. Gaspar, as you had wrote. I'm just going to comment tonight, Madam Chair. Thank you for the powerful statement. I wholeheartedly agree with the highlights that you spoke about. Definitely it's a challenging situation. I'm not going to repeat what I've already said at prior meetings, but I'm still looking for reality communication about the significant damage that's going to be done to Weymouth Public Schools. The unraveling of progress since 2008, if that 1% budget holds and there aren't significant improvements to it. But in that context, thank you for your strong words. I would hope that the rest of the committee echoes those same sentiments, because I know that I do, and I'm sure that the community as a whole does as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Gus. Anyone else? Public comment is closed, and now we're going on to announcements.
So I'd like to make announcements of the upcoming meetings. So we have the next budget subcommittee meeting is February 4th at 6 PM at Adams. The policy subcommittee meeting is February 5th at 5 PM at Adams. Townwide Parent Council, February 10th at 7 PM at Weymouth High School. Does anyone else have any other announcements?
I do. CPAC will meet February 17th. That meeting will be on disability history and inclusion by a current Weymouth high school student and myself. And it's going to be a fun interactive disability history. And that will be on Zoom.
Ashley?
I'm going to try holding a constituent coffee hour this Sunday if the snow doesn't happen, from 3 to 4 at Starbucks in South Weymouth. But if there is snow, I will reschedule it. I'm going to try to do like once a month constituent kind of like office hours.
If before we adjourn, if I could ask one question of Assistant Superintendent Smith. There was mention in one of the weekly messages from a principal about the Chesna donation.
Thank you. Yes, we meant to mention that last night. So I think like last year, a tournament was held. I think it was maybe December 29th, and the proceeds from that tournament, the Chesna soccer tournament, is going to the high school to go towards gate fees. That gift is estimated to be around $10,000. When we have that final number, we will share it out at Budget Sub. But thank you for bringing that up because we failed to
Thank
do
you,
it
and
last
thank you
night.
to the Chesna and everyone involved in that soccer jamboree.
Anything else? I will take a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I second the motion.
And our next meeting is Thursday, February 12th at 6 p.m. right here in the chambers. Thank you, everyone,
Thank you.
and good luck shoveling.